Howdy and hello, I'm OhDough, hope you're doing good. Welcome to the top 5 most overrated and overhyped stratagems in Helldivers 2. Before we get started, use what you want to use. The point of this video is just to show you some things are being marketed in a misleading way. Now I won't be ranking these from 1 to 5, it's a little disingenuous. Number 1, we have Rail Cannon Strike. This thing will target stuff you don't want it to hit. Not all the time, but often enough to tilt me beyond belief. I got a tank tower and a Hulk. I'm staring right at them. They're both staring back. I can't do much to the tank tower with a regular stratagem weapon. To the Hulk, though, I got railgun, AMR, auto cannon. They can kill a thing lickety split. I can't stun a tank tower. I can stun a Hulk. So why is it I throw Rail Cannon Strike, which says it targets the biggest enemy, the largest enemy in front of me, and it kills the Hulk? Muy poquito Hulk. But muy grande tower lives, and it one-shots me. It happens against the bugs too. I just don't know how often, so I won't speak on that. But I've seen it target your teammates before. Somebody up there is aiming like Steve Buscemi from that one movie with the eyes and stuff. I don't trust him. I don't trust him one bit. I don't particularly love auto-aim stuff. And on the Bio Titan side, because on the bot side, it's not the worst by any means. You can kill tanks in one shot. It can kill Hulks in one shot. It's pretty consistent. If it hits them, if it hits the target you want it to hit. On the bug side, even if it hits a Bio Titan, chances are that Bio Titan now has a wicked battle scar. And what are the odds you have multiple Bio Titans chasing you? One might be weak. You throw back Rail Cannon Strike, and guess what it targets? The healthy Bio Titans that aren't weak at all. And they survive. Rail Cannon Strike is a Weenie Hut Jr.'s kids meal that comes with a bubble blowing bottle for bubble blowers in comparison to the 500 kg bomb. They both have a chance to not kill Bio Titans. But one can kill multiple Bio Titans as well as a bunch of other stuff, whereas the other can't and has a longer cooldown in the grand scheme of things. And the cooldown is 210 seconds, it says, I believe. 2 ways to improve the RC strike. Give it 2 Rail Cannon Strikes at the same time. They can target different things or hit the same one and do more damage. Killing Bio Titans more often. It shouldn't one-tap a Factory Strider, though. Other option, just give it a 30-second lower cooldown. Make it 180 seconds. I did that math correct? I'm a mathlete. Moving on, Orbital Laser is amazing against the automatons in many ways and shapes and forms. It's not great against the Factory Strider. It can be. It varies here and there. But the thing that makes it overrated is on the bug planets. Folks will rock this. They see a Bio Titan and they say, I know. I'll toss my Orbital Laser. They do, and it survives it. It lives the entire laser and keeps walking at you menacingly. Orbital Laser is simply unideal, and I don't believe it targets most of the objectives or side objectives on bug planets to begin with, which is a thing that should be accounted for. Moving forward, we have the Ballistic Shield. By itself, it's great. Got some downsides here and there, that's fine, but it's paired with single-handed weapons, and currently, we don't have any good single-handed weapons that do medium armor pen or even have explosive damage that aren't the grenade pistol or the Senator revolver pistol. Those two things, they're not bad, but you don't want to be relying on those. For primary weapons, we have SMGs that do not have medium or explosive damage. Because of that, Ballistic Shield does not deserve the praise it gets. It's kind of fun to use here and there. It'll be more fun and useful once we get different weapons that have a single-handed feature that are maybe a bit more practical than the SMGs currently. And imagine the day we get a support weapon that's also single-handed, or new pistols or sidearms that are utility, maybe a stun gun. Then you can stun Hulks, get behind them with the shield, and blow their back out. Number 4, Quasar Cannon. Many folks swear about it against the automatons, and I want to know why. What makes you sing the praises of the Quesadilla Canyon against the bots when you don't even need it, and when you get shot once, it makes your aim go crazy and you miss your shots very often. It's not a rare occurrence. These bots are pre-firing corners, so that alone makes it unideal. But the reason why it's not so useful in the grand scheme of things, there are other weapons that do what it does better. Automatons have very easy to get to weak spots on the majority of their makes and models. But OhDough can shoot down dropships. That's true, and you'll kill a lot of things. And by things, I mean gates. The amount of gates that got broken on that new mission is crazy because the dropships landed on them. When you shoot down a dropship, you don't particularly kill all that many things. It does some damage, but mostly you'll be taking out the small chaff enemies that get one shot regardless. If you like doing it, keep doing it. I'm just saying that's not good enough to make it a weapon that deserves the praise that it gets on the automatons. Bugs, it's amazing. Automatons, it's a weapon. Number 5, grenade launcher. It never got too much praise, but any praise at all is too much for this gun right here. It's just a glorified primary weapon that folks said was pretty good against the automatons. They said, give it a gander. So a gander I gave. And I realized that was a lie. A fib even. It's decent against closing bug holes and fabricators, but you could use an actual weapon for the fabricators. And against the bugs, just bring grenade pistol or eruptor if you have it. The main drawbacks of GL, lack of damage, especially, shoot marshmallows, and the lack of spare reloads. You get 2. Those go real quick. When it takes you roughly 3 shots or 4 shots to kill a medium mob on the automaton side, we'll say medium, that's not great. Number 5, spear. It doesn't have the most copium. In fact, I don't think it has that many folks using it, but the ones that do are spreading lies. I don't get it. Nah, man, spear's real good. It just can't lock on most of the time. Gotta be at a certain distance, a certain angle, and you don't have much ammunition. You gotta hog up a resupply. When it finally does target, it's gonna target the wrong target. And that's the spear. It's a fantastic weapon, so amazing. Everyone should use it. If you can't, you're just bad. What are you talking about, lad? And the best part to me, they can make it so much better, easily. Give us a laser pointer. Meow. We could maybe ping it, but I think a laser pointer would be way cooler. In the meantime, a ping system, they try to make it so if you pinged an enemy, it would target better. And I don't think that worked. If it could hit exactly where you do ping, if you could laser it in, it'd be freaking awesome. Number 5, gas strike. It's my favorite stratagem in the game, but it's not that great anymore. It was pretty decent back before the fire buffs all happened. And now that napalm strike has the ship module upgrade and fire damage has a bit more damage overall, gas strike just doesn't compete. It doesn't last as long, doesn't have as big of a radius, and the cooldown, you can use roughly 3 of these in the same time frame. You could use 3 napalm strikes and have the rearm go off. So it's kind of a no-brainer most of the time. There's cases where gas strike makes more sense because having multiple eagles isn't ideal. Because then if you have one eagle that's off cooldown and one that's on cooldown, you can't start the rearm, at least you may not want to until they're both out of uses. And that just makes things a bit more complicated. But gas strike could use, I don't know, maybe a bit more damage, a little bit more duration, or a slightly lower cooldown. I don't expect it to be meta by any means, because it wouldn't be anyway. If they don't buff damage and just lower cooldown, it's not good against the bots. It's not ideal versus the bots. So it'd be pretty much only used against the bugs, and right now, it don't kill that many bugs. That was my top 5 most overrated stratagems in Helldivers 2. I think these could use some buffs overall, and if you want to play these, go play them. I'm not saying you shouldn't use these. I'm just saying you should probably stop hyping them up so much because it's a little disingenuous. You can be excited for it, but some folks get defensive. They'd be saying things such as, "No, man, it's really good. It just has, you know, a whole..." It's like those commercials for medication. It could cure your illnesses and make you really healthy, but you could die. You could develop some freaking necromancy. You could become a warlock, but you don't have any cool magic. Instead, every time you cast a spell, you lose a limb. You get a few spells until you're limbless. And I don't quite think that's ideal, all right? But that's how folks are with the spear especially. Now, this is some protein, and we'll go ahead and pour it in some cereal. It is a fantastic decision I've learned about recently. It turns Honey Nut Cheerios into 25 grams of protein. I maybe have too much cereal in my bowl. There best not be any Dawn on my spoon. It's got little marshmallows in there too on the protein.